What's going on, everybody? This is a donation request. This is for Mike. This is BELA FLECK and the Flecktones, live from 1996. The song Stomping Grounds. We're going to check it out. If you're new here, please subscribe. Check out my videos, all kinds of videos, reaction videos, bass videos, music videos. Check it out. If you like the channel, you want to support the channel, all kinds of ways you can hit super thanks. Underneath this video, you can hit me direct in the description. I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, Amazon, wishlist, mailing address. And I do donation requests just like this one. So if there's something you want me to watch, listen to, talk about, hit me direct, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo in the notes section. Leave a link, leave a description. Let me know what you want the video to be on. I'll make the video. You can also email me at jpanreadsemail@gmail.com. Thank you guys. BELA FLECK and the Flecktones. Okay, so I know who they are, right? Victor Wooten, of course, right, is a big part of this. And it was around this time. Was it this time? So this is from 1996. Yeah, A Show of Hands came out. So Victor Wooten's album, A Show of Hands, came out in earlier this year. So this is from December 1996. And earlier in the year in 1996, A Show of Hands came out. And I actually started playing bass, if I have the year right. I think I started around this time. It was either 96 or 97. I don't remember. But it was around this time. Within a year, give or take, of A Show of Hands coming out. That's not the reason why I picked up the bass, but I'm saying it to say that it was during that time that I think it was my first bass teacher, maybe, who told me to get this album. Somehow I got the album, A Show of Hands, and I remember thinking, this is one bass? This is one, like one person, one time. And I think it's was it like all just like one take kind of deal? I don't remember that. Maybe that's hearsay. I'm not sure, but I just remember hearing it being like, this isn't two or three basses. It's a one. And then I got into that kind of like the bassy, like the really bassy stuff for a little bit, like during that time when I first started playing. And then pretty quickly I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm not that kind of player. I'm not really that interested in it. There's other things I like. So while it's amazing, it's freaking absolutely wild. I just knew it wasn't for me. I'm not that into slapping. You know, I like Marcus Miller. That's fantastic. But like, even then, I'm like, slapping is reserved for them and not for me. Like, I can and all, but I just don't see the, what am I trying to say? There's not a lot of use for it. It depends. It really, to me, it's specific on the music, and I just don't hear it for a lot of reasons in a lot of music. You could totally have a career and just never slap. Like why? If you could play with your fingers, you're good. If you can play with your fingers and a pick, you're great. I know that there's a lot of people that aren't into pick playing. Way back then, I was not into pick playing either. I thought that was like a joke. I would make fun of it, and now I'm totally proficient at playing with a pick. And I like it a lot. For certain settings, it's perfect, really. It's just another tool in the toolbox, no different than slapping. But when it's the only tool that you use, that's where I'm like, yo, that's why slapping is like. Anyways. Sorry, getting back. BELA FLECK and the Flecktones. If you don't know who they are, if you haven't heard these guys before, you're in for it. So basically back then I listened to them for a bit, but I didn't like dig super crazy. You know, it was just like a period of time. And especially back then when I first started playing bass and I was learning bass, I already was doing music, like playing music. I played saxophone for 10 years. You know, saxophone was my first instrument. But yeah, I was moving through music and different kinds of music pretty quickly. Just like trying to, I guess in hindsight, pretty quickly. Maybe not at the time, but I feel like I was moving around pretty quickly. And then especially once I got to college, then it was just like crazy. Anyway, so these guys are ridiculous. I say all this to say that they're freaking ridiculous. And this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be nothing short of fantastic. I already know. So, all right, let's get into this. BELA FLECK and the Flecktones, Stomping Grounds, 1996, live. Let's do it. Bam. Conan O'Brien. Okay, come on.
Art. And tomorrow night in Charleston, South Carolina, they'll begin a series of East Coast dates with the Dave Matthews Band, so check them out. Please give a nice welcome to BELA FLECK and the Flecktones.
So Fender bass. It's almost... Look at this thing. What is this? I'm not sure which Wooten that is. They're brothers. I want to say that's Reggie, but it could be. There's like multiple. Saxophone player is not keeping it tight. Those movements. Ace, Jesus. Yeah, Victor is just ridiculous, especially this period. Right, banjo? Damn. Yeah. It looks like he just like made that out of stuff that was in the trash. Like, what is that thing? It's just like, he's like, how many notes can I fit in? You know? It's wild.
Fantastic. Thank you. BELA FLECK and the Flecktones. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just ridiculous. What was that drum thing? What was that? What was that? Roy Wooten. Yeah, there's like a few Wootens, right? Like, and they all do music. Is that right? Victor is the youngest of the 5 Wooten brothers. Reggie, Roy, Rudy, and Joseph, all musicians. Crazy. Just crazy. He was born in Idaho, really? Why did I think he was born in like Tennessee or Virginia or something? Wow. Maybe he just lived there or something? I thought he was from somewhere like that, or North Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, like one of those. But this says he was born in Idaho. Wow, I would have never guessed that. Anyways, yeah, I mean, Victor is Victor's ridiculous. I mean, he's been ridiculous for a long time. He's ridiculous. You know, he's crazy. Some of that stuff, I'm gonna get a little critical here. Some people that are fans might throw back at me, but some of the stuff, especially at the beginning, was like, I'll throw in the word borderline sloppy. You know, I mean, listen, I can't do that. That's just like crazy fast. You know, like that's just a lot of notes. I mean, you know, maybe I can if I just practice it like freaking mad, like a mad person, like a lot, like constantly. But why? You know, I'm at the point, you know, where it's like, and I've been at the point where it's like, why? Like, why? Nobody's paying me to play this on. Like, there's no, like, why? Like, I don't need to do that. That's not what I'm looking to do. It's not my purpose. He's doing that already. Why do I need to do that? You know. Anyways, yeah, he's crazy, and the thing that I'm jealous about is the whammy bar, because that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, to have a bass that has a whammy bar like that, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick, just because of how like expressive you can get with it. I was always envious of that kind of thing on basses. Like, how come basses don't come with that kind of thing? How come that's only for guitar players? I'm actually surprised that somebody like Billy Sheehan doesn't have, given all the guitar players that he's worked with. I'm surprised that he doesn't have that, but he's done different things with the bass to kind of emulate a bit. You know, a bit. He bends the neck like crazy, where you think he's just gonna break the bass in half, right? Break the neck off of the bass. It's pretty wild. Yeah, Victor is ridiculous. Bela Fleck is ridiculous also. Bela Fleck on that banjo is, I mean, he's pretty incredible. I mean, their whole thing is like mixing like jazz and bluegrass, right? It's not like straight bluegrass. It's not straight bluegrass. Yeah, he's ridiculous. I think he went to Berkeley. Did Bela Fleck go to Berkeley? I feel like he did. Maybe I'm wrong. It says he moved to Boston, but it doesn't say he went to Berkeley. It's like, well, it doesn't specifically say they went to Berkeley. It just says that he moved to Boston. I think he went to Berkeley, though. Anyways, not that it matters. This was really cool. What? I still want to know what's up with I forgot. I totally forgot. I got sidetracked with the drums. Let's see if we can figure this out. Best known, this is for Roy Wooten, right? His primary instrument is the synth axe drumitar, a guitar synthesizer he customized to play drum and percussion, but he sometimes plays a standard drum kit and other conventional percussion. Wow. Okay, so it's a drumitar? Synth axe drumitar. I mean, yeah, I'm like, what is that thing? I've never... Whoa, see, it says that he's born in Virginia. Huh. Maybe they were traveling while they had Victor. I don't know. I'm just making that up. I have no idea. Just trying to joke around. Damn, this guy pleaded guilty to tax evasion. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, didn't file or pay taxes for some years. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I get it, but I'm not going to mess with I'm not messing with that. You guys can. I'm not trying to test that. I'm not trying to test that. Okay. Yeah, this was fantastic. I mean, I knew it would be. Bela Fleck is, they're just ridiculous. Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, anything with Victor Wooten, he's been one of the greatest bass players alive for a long time, right? Really. I mean, show of hands, just like you can't. That's just, you can't compete with that. You really can't. Who's competing with that? That's like its own thing. Like, even if you have your own records and you're doing your own thing, you know, because you think like Marcus Miller's freaking phenomenal also, but they're different. And, you know, someone that's newer now, I mean, he's been doing it for a minute, but Mono Neon is incredible, right? Mono Neon is ridiculous. Been watching that guy for years now. Feels like damn near a decade, where it's just like, oh, watch this guy, watch this kid, watch him. You could just tell. It's pretty wild. You could tell. So I went to Berkeley, and when I was there, Louis Cato was there, right? I don't know if you guys may or may not know who Louis Cato is, but even then, he wasn't what he is now at all. But you could tell. You could just tell that was gonna happen. You could just tell he was already incredible, and it's like his potential was just starting. like the infancy stages practically. It's pretty wild, and it's incredible that I got to play with him even in the settings that I did. I mean, yeah, I remember he played drums for my senior recital, and I have recordings of that, and I'm not gonna release that because that's not. I'm like, he plays it's interesting, but you could just tell that the guy was just incredible. Yeah, and he was gonna do something because, you know, there's certain people and players, it's like they just have this. First of all, they have like a vibe. They're not the same as other people. You know, you could just tell that they're not the same. Maybe in some ways, but especially playing wise, they're not the same. Where and I know that they work hard because I have seen people like that work incredibly hard, but at the same time, it's like, it's different because I'm like, yeah, I worked incredibly hard, but I'm not, but I'm not that. I don't know that I, you know, had or ever had or any of that kind of thing, or how close I ever got. Because it's interesting after you've been playing for decades or whatever, you know, it's like you can kind of see different periods of like, okay, in a way, this was my peak, you know, because there's like the years that you're practicing, and then there comes a point where practicing changes. It's different. It's not like how it was when you first started playing and it was just like voracious and just absolute constant, you know, just hours and hours and hours every single day. Hours. How many hours can I cram in? How many hours are in a day? How many hours do I have to go to school today? Do I have what's going on today? You know, is it a weekend or is it after school or whatever is going on? Yeah. So, but especially once you start working and all that kind of thing, it becomes different. It's not the same. So, anyways, I don't know what I'm saying or why I'm saying it, but it makes sense, right? Does it make sense? Tell me it makes sense. Okay. Anyways, this was awesome. If you don't know BELA FLECK and the Flecktones, they're freaking ridiculous. You should check more of them out. You totally should. Cool. And it's stuff that's like this, right? It's kind of like this it's like bluegrass jazz prog. Bluegrass prog. Yeah, right. Check it out. All right, guys. Thank you very much. I'll catch you later.